Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.
We're going live. We're trying to get our camera situated, and this is the best it's going to be today, I think. All right.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to Run It Studios presents Inspiring New Growth with, I usually say Trina, and my co-host is usually Michelle, but today
It's Alessandro.
it's
Guys.
Alessandro De Luca, aka Alex,
Yes.
with Italian Kitchen.
Yes.
So we talk a lot about networking things here on our live, and you've got a lot to talk about. First, I want to say thank you to Vino Cellars for letting us come in and take over the place for our live. We don't really take it over. We just take a little corner, but
You already finished
we
here.
already finished the models. They're getting ready to restock. But you could go to their website. You can check out, they always have some cool games going on, things like that. So you can try wine and then come back. And it's like after you've checked off so many, you get a discount on some more. So, I mean, it's worth it. But, so you've done a lot of networking.
Oh.
A lot of networking. So you're a great person to talk to. In fact, you helped me navigate my early days of networking, which I really appreciated because it's overwhelming.
It is. It is. I mean, I started networking because of a friend. This is one of those things you discover networking because of a friend.
Mm-hmm.
And then you learn. There is a lot of learning curve because
Right.
if you go there, especially if you are like me, not from Springfield. So I knew anybody, nobody whatsoever.
Right.
And so a friend of mine said, "Oh, there is this group. Why don't you try this group?" And then you go there a few times, you realize who the people are. And then it's normal. Then someone says, "Oh, I have this group. If you want to come visit this group." And then from that, it's just like an avalanche.
Yeah.
You start with one, and then pretty soon, if you are not, kind of controlling your time, you can literally spend one day every day of the week
Yeah.
doing just network.
Yes.
From Monday to Friday, you can just do networking even 2 or 3 times a day. Now, the deal is the more you frequent networking, at the beginning, everything is new. Just like you go into a place that you've never been. So every single room, every single painting on the wall is interesting. And then pretty soon, And then pretty soon you realize, okay, I mean, is it really helpful for my business?
Yeah.
If I meet someone who's gonna be interesting, who's gonna teach me something, or someone who's got a good connection. And I mean, you meet a lot of people, and a lot of people are really, really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone has something to share. And so from that point of view, the human side of the business is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I met people probably the first week of networking that I still see now networking style now. But also there are a bunch of people that, get lost because networking is a good way to meet people, but it also has the force that brings you to networking has to be successful for you in some way. For you personally, because you meet friends that before you even have, also for you, business wise, because you need to make connections that are good for your evolution as a business person, as entrepreneur, as a whatever you want. And so, it's not that you become an expert. It's just like, what they call experience. It's just like you make mistakes and then, okay, if I find someone that is just like you 6 months ago, it takes a second to say, okay, this is the lay of the land. This is the places. This is what they do. Figure out, or you can figure out yourself if you want to go.
And there are a lot of good ones out there, and there are some that come with so many extracurricular activities and tasks. It feels like a second full-time job.
Been there, done that.
Yeah. And that's something that I automatically loved about ING is that everybody understood that we have work, families, our own social lives to tend to first, and we kind of make that a priority. And of course, feed into the group as much as you can and nurture that relationship, but also take care of yourself first. And that's really what I really love about ING. And then the different chapters that also fit with different personalities.
I mean, I have the experience. I joined ING in a different chapter.
Yeah.
And, and the funny thing about ING that I love is that every single chapter has its own personality, has its own kind of set of sub rules.
Yeah.
So they run the same organization with a different twist.
Yeah.
And so the first one that I joined was fun, but it was more like a social event than a business event.
Yeah.
And then because my business brought me to have different hours,
Yeah.
So I had to change
group chapters.
Chapter. And I mean, when I joined the alumni chapter, I said, oh boy, they are doing the thing the right way.
Yeah.
Not the right way. But
they're just different.
It was just different.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, you sit down, even if I was a guest, you sit down at the alumni chapter and you realize that everybody's friend, but we mean business. It's just like everybody is there for many reasons. The main one is making good connection and help each other succeed in their business.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that I like. It's just like, it's not like I want to do business with you.
Yeah.
It's just like I can put you in contact with all the people that I know and really gives you connection with the good people and the right people in the community. That not just you, but friends of you. I mean, I have friends say, oh, do you know someone who does so and so? Yes, I can send it to you.
Yeah. And it's also not just a thoughtless referral. People take the time to get to know one another. So it is a meaningful referral because I know that gives a lot of people an ick factor when it comes to networking. They're like, I don't want to do that because I don't know, person XYZ. And that's true. That's why a lot of folks in this networking group take the time to personally get to know them, understand their business, talk to friends that have done business with them so they feel good and right about making that referral.
It's one of the things that you learn. I mean, if you have done networking once in your life, you realize that one of the main things that happens is a kind of what we call spotlight or whatever it's called. There is a moment in which one member of the group just like explains, says what they do.
Yeah.
And in our chapter, I don't know what the other one what they do. You actually have a lot of that time in which you get to know the person personally. Who they are, where they come from, what are their reasoning, what they're doing, what brought them there.
Yeah.
So even if you don't use them like for business, I mean, let's say that I don't have a deck and we have a member who does deck. I don't have a deck. I will never use him to do that because I literally, I don't have the space. But you talk to him and realize who he is and you see some of the job that he does.
Oh, yeah.
Then, I mean, especially for the person that we have in our group, you can go around and you see the stuff that they made.
It's beautiful work.
It's well done. It's solid. And so whenever you leave a review, even though you didn't use it personally, it's a review that has weight to it. Because it's not just like, oh, they're looking for someone who sells chair. Oh, I know so-and-so makes chair. No.
Yeah.
It's just like, I've seen how they work. I've seen the result of their job. So,
and usually it doesn't take long to get familiar with someone who has used them. So you're even that much closer to it. And so if you are looking for a deck, Haven Builders is the deck place we are talking about. The pictures are beautiful. He does residential and he's done some corporate work too. And it is beautiful.
It's beautiful.
So yeah. And there are, like we were saying, so many networking places, and we do encourage you to check them all out.
Oh, yeah.
You never know what's going to click for you, for your business, for your schedule. That's a big one too. I mean, schedules are depending on what business you're in. You have to do what works for your schedule. We get it. You can't just drop and make something work for you that doesn't, or it's going to be miserable for you. So that's very important too. Talk about why specifically the ING networking, Inspiring New Growth, and alumni have been so beneficial for your journey and actually your evolution of your business, because it started off one way and it's kind of evolved.
Yes. I mean, the thing with ING is that, especially the group where we are now, it was okay. Let's do these 3 steps behind. As I said, I've been going to different groups. And in every group, there is the person that you click immediately, and the person that it takes a little bit more to click, and the person that does a business that you have not know anything about. You learn about it, but then you say, okay, and we move on. I mean, that's normal. You go to a group of people, there is the one that become a friend instantly, and the one who's probably you never talk about anymore. What was fun when I joined, when I actually visited the channel, the alumni chapter first time, I found the good people that I met around in different networking groups, pretty much all together.
Yeah.
And so it was just like, not even, and it was a no-brainer. You say, okay, those are the people that I like, the people that I feel connected to. They're all in the same room. And so from that, calling the people that I met in other places that I liked to come to the same group, because that was what I felt was a good group for me, and probably was going to be a good group for them, was just like, you didn't even think about it. I mean, was one of the first persons that you need to come.
Yeah.
This one, I called Billy, was the same thing. I mean, there are groups that you instantly realize that they want.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
And even if you don't, there are business that are easier to refer. I mean, if you do painting, we have a great painter, you call, Logan, and he comes and does a great job. He did something for me, is amazing. But at the same time, there are businesses that are a little bit more complicated to refer to, like you. I mean, how many times someone is looking for, I'm going to start a podcast.
Yeah.
Do you know anybody?
Okay. Yeah.
So we did the same range. Even if you don't use some of the business, you have a group of accomplished business people who can give you suggestions, who can help you, who can hold your hand when you are in a moment of crisis.
Yeah.
Or you can just say, good job when you're making a success. And that's a big part of the networking.
Yeah.
In my opinion. It's not just like passing business a referral. It's just like that human side that transform you as an entrepreneur back to a human.
Yeah. Well, and entrepreneurship can be rather lonely, especially if you're starting out kind of like I did. I'm what you call a solopreneur. I'm the only one doing the music, the scheduling, the podcasting, everything falls on my shoulders. And if I didn't sometimes step out and do the networking thing, I'd just be stuck behind my screen. And that is not healthy to do. So to have that chance and opportunity to meet new people, find out what they do, and then realize you can help one another is so valuable.
It's just like when you have a kid, okay? It's the same. When you have a kid and you are a stay-at-home dad or a stay-at-home mom, you spend your whole day talking to a kid. And at one point you realize, oh man, it's been weeks since you spoke with another
adult.
Okay? And that's the same thing when you have a business. I mean, that's your kid. That's what you spend all the time with.
Yeah.
And then at one point I said, oh man, I had no idea what a third party would think about my business.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I don't have the time to talk about it.
Yeah. It's really
anywhere to talk about it.
It's a really neat thing. And I do want to say, if you are watching, please drop us a comment. Tell us what your business is, what chapter you are a member of. If you're not, maybe you were thinking about it, just let us know. We'd love to give you a shout out. If you have an event coming up or something like that, let us know about that too. We'll give you a shout out. But so you finally started feeling like you found your tribe, your group of people where it's going to work for you. And then what happened from there?
Okay. I started this journey into the networking with my, I normally say, as my real job, and Jennifer always corrects me and say, so I've been doing marketing for 30 years. That's my job, my profession, that's what I did for all my life. With some sales, some things, but marketing as a, marketing strategy. That's mostly what I do. And then because it's my passion, because I went to culinary school and blah, 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 I started Italian kitchen. And you can imagine, starting a restaurant out of nowhere that doesn't have walk-in crowd and works pretty much only on cooking classes, some dinners sometimes, and catering. It's not easy. You need to know a lot of people. And that's what networking did for me. They open a whole cornucopia of possibility catering wise. They would have, it would take me literally years, decades to build the same amount of business that I built thanks to the networking.
What were some of the bumps in the road along the way that you came up against, and how did networking help that?
It's just meeting people. Meeting people is, especially when you start, meeting people is the main concern. The other thing is helping you understand how your business works, how you have to relate with your business. Your business is not who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Your business is thing that you do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's more what a good friend that you find in networking that you trust. That's one of the things. I don't mean to be against anybody, but when you meet a group of business people, you realize they are successful in what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Their suggestion, their advice have some more weight than just like meeting someone that you've never met before. You don't know what they do, and they just give you a suggestion like that. When you do networking with ING, you know that those people have been vetted. Those people are there for a reason. Those people are good people in the community. Those people are honest people in what they do. And so whenever they give you a direction, you know that at least you need to weight that opinion instead of just like discard it right away because it is not on the same line of what you're thinking.
Mm-hmm.
So for a second you stop and say, okay, you suggested me to do this. Maybe I need to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Just like we normally joke, and it's not even a joke, but being part of an ING networking is just having a group of salespeople that work for you.
Yeah.
It's not just that.
Yeah.
So calling them salespeople is kind of it's a good way to call them, but they are not just like salespeople.
No.
They are advisors, business advisors. They are friends. They are people who just where you are, maybe 6 months, maybe 3 years a day. And so they can give you with one word the help that you were looking for and you didn't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Very true. How many networking groups have you ever been in all at the same time?
All at the same time?
Yeah. Like at the peak of it. How many did you juggle? Yeah, that's a lot.
Even more.
That's a lot.
Probably even more. There were at the beginning, there were times in which I had literally, I wasn't joking. Every single day there was a different meeting.
Yeah.
Sometimes there were 2 meetings at the same time.
Yeah.
The same day.
Now, kind of like you said, at first someone might think, oh, that's great. I'm networking every day. But what are some of the signs that you need to cut back?
Okay. Personal suggestion, if you are starting and you are like in a new city, you don't know that many people, there are many reasons. why you don't have a network of connection
Yeah.
from your from your life.
Yeah.
The approach of I'm going to everywhere is the right approach.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't let anybody stop you and say, "Oh, you don't have to go there. You don't have to go there." No, it's your decision. It's your feeling. It's your business. It's your passion. Is what you make. You go literally everywhere.
Try it out. Try it all.
Try it all, even more than once, because maybe you
That
show up
yeah.
at a place. I mean, I showed up the first time that I went to some kind of meeting. I mean, maybe it was a weird week.
Yeah.
And there were only few people, or something happened, and there was a strange vibe in the room. You never know because you are not a member of the group, so you don't know if someone that they really care about is sick.
Yeah.
They are all worried about him, and so that meeting is not going to be
The same.
fun or fruitful as it thought. That's why probably many groups have, you can visit 2 or 3 times to figure out what your mind are. So be consistent.
Yeah.
That's my suggestion. Be consistent. Figure out which one is your group of people, which one is your tribe, which of the people that you meet you instantly click with. Because that can be a driver. I mean, you can come to our group and click with one member of ING, and all of a sudden you realize that, okay, ING is the place you want to be. You want to be in our group. But it can be also happening. I mean, there are many awesome groups out there.
Yeah.
I mean, the CVC is a great group.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, CVC is a great group. I met people like Alan Evans there. Okay, he was one of the first people, and we're still friends until now.
Yeah.
He was one of the people that actually I was happy to find at the alumni chapter because I really appreciate him.
I'm going to see what our comment. Belly Wiegand with Mountain Pine Studios says she's so excited to see us here. You're a little hard to hear. Oh no. Oh no. I don't know why.
Volume.
I'll have to turn the volume up. Thanks, Billy.
Thanks, Billy.
Make sure everything's on. And
when I talk, it looks like yellow. But if you can raise the volume,
I don't know.
or I can put it closer. I can do like that. Does it sound better? It's like oh, I lost on mine.
Oh, great. Now,
Okay, here. Does it sound better? Like
Billy, any better? Any better?
give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
Now I'm just pushing buttons, so there's no telling what's going to happen.
Nothing is going to go bad if you do.
Okay, we're just going to keep going and hope for the best.
Okay. So that's what I was saying is visit everything you can. More than once.
Okay.
Figure out who are your people. Figure out who is your group. And then there are groups that are unfortunate, that are incompatible. Oh, that is sad. Who is? It's her or me?
Maybe both of us.
Or both of us.
I don't know if the background. Charge, test. I don't know. Oh.
Is it better? Yeah, go to log in. Exactly. When it works, it's amazing. But when it doesn't work, oh, that's.
I don't know if that's going to do anything. I don't think that's going to do anything. It's Alex trying to let it clear. I tell Michelle all the time that hers never works either. Hey, Tess, Billy, can you hear me when I talk into the second mic? Test.
I mean, I already need subtitles for my accent. And if it's even hard to hearing, is we're in a bad shape. Yes, we do. Probably doesn't sound like that.
I mean,
Ba 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 ba. See, the volume goes high. Mine is this. Okay. Yes, mine is number 2.
it's that red to me.
Ba 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 ba.
The first one is picking you up. I think.
Okay, so we only have one for 2 people. That's what it is. Okay.
But I don't know why would that not be? It's showing
No idea.
there now.
Now, how does it work?
I need an audio engineer.
Yes.
Indeed, you do. Whoa.
Okay, let's talk in yours and move on.
Okay. Hang on. One more time.
The front one is picking you up.
So they're both on though.
Okay, good. Can you understand? Can you hear what I say if I speak like this?
All right.
Okay.
Carry on.
Il bello della diretta, we would say in Italy,
What did you?
is the fun of the being live.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
problem happen.
Great.
Yeah, you can ask me a question in that, and then I will ask the question.
Okay. Let's see.
Okay, no, let me finish the.
Yeah. Finish your thought. I think that's working now.
Okay, so what I was saying is, go on, meet as many people as possible, visit your thing, and then at one point you realize that there are groups that gives you something on a personal level because you met interesting people, bring you business because someone suggests you to someone else, or groups that just like a waste of your time. I mean, groups that meet and what you get out is just like a dinner or time spent together without really anything coming out of that. Or you realize that for your business, you are in a group and the other people have business that have nothing to do with you, nothing to do with what you do. They struggle to understand what you do. And so probably it's not the place for you. Okay. Unless you realize that you really want to connect with those people, move on. Because many of these people, they have a cost, even if it's minor, they still cost money.
Yeah.
And so at the beginning, especially, you don't have that much budget to go and also time. Because I mean, let's be honest, your business is the one who needs as much time as possible to succeed.
Time and money.
Yes.
Very important. What do you think? I mean, I know it's going to vary, but for you, like, how many do you think you can do you feel like is enough?
I mean, I would say 2, like ING. I mean, many people that I know, they do ING, they do CBC. And then if you think that it can be helpful for you, go visit your local chamber of commerce.
Yeah.
Because sometimes good stuff can come up from there. Sometimes don't. I mean, I had 2 different experience in 2 different chamber of commerce. One was a total waste of money, I'm honest. The other one, it was success from day one.
Yeah, that's good to hear. And also some of the drop-in ones are better so you don't have an annual commitment.
Absolutely.
And so that's something to look into if you're asking things before you join. That is a good thing to ask. Like, what are your membership fees? What do those look like? Are there, monthly dues, annual dues?
Yeah.
Visit,
expensive.
It gets expensive.
You pay a lot of money for a month, for a year, and then every time you meet, you pay a ton of money to eat for your dinner or lunch or whatever. So you really need to be sure that that thing is going to bring you back the revenue. I mean, what you spend and then some. Or, for example, there is the other group. There is 1 million cups.
Yes.
That is totally free.
Yes.
It's amazing. You meet interesting people. And okay, one of the things that I want to make a point of, there are some people that you will meet at every single group or in many groups because like you, they are going around and visiting as many networking groups as possible. But also there are kind of a transversal cross groups in which you will meet people that you will never meet otherwise. So one of the things is 1 million cups. If you go to 1 million cups, you meet 97% of the people that would never meet elsewhere. And there are interesting people. They are there not to do networking per se. It's a networking group because you meet other business people, but they are not there to promote their business.
No.
They are there to listen to what someone has to say about their business, asking for suggestion and provide suggestions.
that's the first place that you and I met too, was 1 Million Cups. Yeah. And it is a great group. It's 1 hour. I love that. And they're very committed to keeping that schedule. And you go in, you get free coffee, you mingle for 30 minutes. And then there is a presentation that's about 6 minutes long. And it's more of a, here's my business, here's my issue that I'm working on. And then you get Q&A, and the feedback is amazing. People are generous, they're kind, they're thoughtful, they try to connect you with others. It's not a bashing session at all. It's very much to encourage and inspire the presenter. So if that's something you're interested in, check out 1millioncups.com/Springfield. You can come every Wednesday at the corner of Battlefield and Lone Pine. Bambinos is where that meeting is. And that is a great place to dip your toe in and even find out about other networking places. That's where I found out about so many other groups that are going on. Hi, Justina. Justina with Made For You Cleaning is watching. She's a great gal in our networking group, the alumni chapter. So, hey, Justina, have you done a lot of networking? If you'll comment, I'm curious how many networking groups you do at one time, or have you done throughout the years? But yeah, there are a lot of groups that you can drop in, check out, connect with other people. And then, you can connect on LinkedIn or on social media and find out even more.
I mean, usually the fastest thing is you go to one networking group and someone will say, oh, I have this group that I'm going on whatever days and time.
Yeah.
If you want, you will be more than welcome to join.
Yeah.
Just like it happened to me. And when I was in a different group, and a friend of mine from a job that I had years ago recognized me and say, oh, I have a group. It's called ING. We meet on Friday at 12. Do you want to come? You better come. So I went.
Yeah.
That was my beginning with the ING group.
Yeah.
I mean, again, network is important, but it's more important to find the right
Yes.
business.
Yeah,
and for what you are looking for.
The wrong one is just wasting your time. So
yeah,
yeah.
It's literally. And for example, I discovered recently a group that is called Men Mentoring Men. Unfortunately, it's just for men. That group is amazing. It's a networking group that does zero networking. It's more about listen to you and share the experience that other people had. Even in the business that are not related to yours, they really have the strength and courage, I would say, to get personal. They give you their experience. They give you their personal grievances, what is not working for them. It's very, 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 uh, there is a lot of passion. It's one of those things that I go home after being at that meeting and I said, man, I really feel better about what I'm doing because that's what you feel.
Yeah.
That's what that group is about.
And that's another thing about feeling it out and finding your fit and seeing if the personalities are going to, work together and if the vibe is what you're looking for and all of that stuff. Hi, Eli. Thanks for watching. Audio is low. Yes, we know. We're not sure why. We're trying really hard to figure it out.
Is there something here? You have a mic and a mic with this.
I don't think so.
Something.
See if you can tap that and see if it does anything. That's a mute. Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Let's see if it goes better now. It should.
How's that, guys? Any better? Anybody chime in? Let me know.
No, they don't hear us.
They don't hear us at all.
I don't know what to do. Maybe the mic of the computer will work, the phone will work better.
Hello? Does that work better? Hello?
It goes all the way high.
Not Alex.
Okay.
Either you can hear Alex or you can't hear Alex. Who can you hear? Who can you not?
Oh, it's just me. So,
Oh,
yeah.
so I don't understand.
What is this?
Look, maybe you're muted and we don't know.
Okay, can you hear me
You're
now?
showing it on here, so I would know if you're muted. Wait,
Okay,
now you're muted. Now I'm muted. Push it again.
Now I'm not muted anymore, but you can still cannot hear me. I don't know. I'm gonna talk in her mic. Okay, no, they cannot hear me. Stop. Next question.
Okay, let's see. I don't know. I think we've covered everything. What do you have coming up for Italian Kitchen?
Oh boy, it's been an interesting month. And for month, it means last 10 days. We went from, okay, we are closing down because we cannot grow any further. And okay, one of the sad things that you will learn about your business is that there is a point in which you either grow or you die. And that's unfortunately, oh, do you mean it's all quiet? Maybe the buses, because I don't know, I'm literally talking into the mic.
You hear me? We switched mics.
We switch mics. It's still quiet?
Now they're just making fun of your act.
Probably. Oh, dang it. Okay, next time I will bring one of those big mics, like in the old days. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Why?
Having a friend. Oh, it's not quiet. Okay. Okay, so it's it's that thing. Okay, perfect. Okay, it's this one. And then a friend that does pizza. Some of you will know it's Adriano's Pizza. That makes Napolitan pizza. As a little food trailer on Campbell, reach out and say, instead of closing, why don't we just collaborate? And I say, that was a great idea. And so, see, it's one of those things. You need to learn how and when to evolve. And so, it's because, okay, perfect. So it's the mic. Justina is the mic. Okay. Because we only have one working.
Okay. Okay, we got it. Thank you for letting us know.
And so now we're going to stay open. He's going to pretty much run the whole location, and we're going to still do cooking classes and dinners. And because I'm staying behind as an executive chef, we're going to do something fun. So we're going to add new kind of pizza. We're going to add interesting thing. We're going to add a class in which we will learn how to make pizza. And it's going to be interesting. It's going to be, now I don't have the anxiety of the overhead, to be honest. And I can do the stuff that makes me happy. So it's the creative side of the business.
So just to be clear, in case you all didn't catch that, I know we had a little dropout there for a second and the microphone issues, but Italian Kitchen, you may have seen on social media and stuff. They were going to be closing their doors, but now they have collaborated and the kitchen's going to stay open. Alex will be executive chef in partnership with Adriano's Pizza. So this is very exciting.
We're trying to figure out if it's going to be Adriano's Pizza featuring Italian Kitchen or Italian Kitchen featuring Adriano's Pizza, one of the two. But yes, we're going to keep doing stuff. There are other things that we're going to do. I cannot talk it right now, but we're getting organized to do something else.
Sounds good. We'll end on a good teaser right there. I'm glad, though, that you stuck it out. When you thought you were done, you still entertained conversations to see what could be done. And I think that's really hard to do because, like we were talking about, when it's your business and your baby and you've poured into it and it's not working, it's upsetting. And so to not just give up, be done, and completely, cross it off the list.
One thing. Okay. That's when you need your networking businessmen friends, because you realize that many people out there, they have been in your shoes. They had business that had to close, and still they had the strength to move on, open something else, and be successful. And sometimes when you have to close your business, it's not because you are a failure. You are not failing. It's just like many reasons can bring you there. In my case, we are successful. The problem is we got hit kind of a ceiling, and it's either we move somewhere else or we close. And the move wasn't happening for many reasons. And so the other option is you need to be honest to yourself and to your business and say, okay, before I start agonizing, it's better to give it a cut and do something else. In my case, I was lucky enough that one of the connections that I made all the way there reached out and say, okay, I want to collaborate with you because together we can do something that is more than just the sum of our businesses. Because one thing is just like in the past, we're thinking, oh, we can do a cooking classes in which I teach how to make pizza and we do that together. Now it's going to be way more than that, way better than that. We are going to open to a bigger audience and people are going to discover that how good is Napolitan pizza. For example, one of the things that people don't know is Napolitan pizza is virtually gluten-free, even if it's made with flour, because it rises for so many hours, then the yeast eats all the gluten. And so what you're eating is pretty much gluten-free.
So never give up. Be flexible. Make connections. Nurture those relationships. You never know what can happen.
Yep.
All right. We're going to leave it there. Thanks for putting up with our audio technical difficulties. We hope that you'll check out inspiringnewgrowth.com. Find out if there's a chapter for you. If you have questions, reach out to any of us and we'd be glad to talk to you. You can find all of these videos to watch or listen when you link over from runitstudios.com. See you next time. Thanks for co-hosting.
Thank you.
Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.